Do you know when you have that doubt in your head, a foreboding? Something so strong that it causes you not to act. And then you finally find out that that fear was unfounded. And then the people tell you that you've got to stop jerking your head around, see ghosts, you've got to think less and act more. And in fact, most of the times they're right. You know, they say that 85% of the things that we worry about never happen. So why don't we just stop jerking our heads? Well, it's all fault of that 15%. Oh yeah, because when our fears become reality, you see, I told you so, I was right to worry. Okay, nice, but what does this have to do with car racing? It has to do with the fact that today, you're about to see exactly that 15%. One of those times where fear becomes reality. And this talk actually applies to life as well. You know, people often mistakenly believe that I'm a fearless person. A guy that as soon as he has an idea, he throws himself headlong into it, almost unconsciously. You know, at the age of 23, I dropped out of college to follow my dream of racing while being poor. That was a leap in the dark. Insanity. Well, actually not. It was the exact opposite. For every choice I made, I carefully considered every single aspect, every single risk. And this is the difference between madness and courage. Madness is jumping without a parachute, while courage is overcoming the fear of emptiness when you open the door and jumping after, however, you put on the parachute. And so, if in daily life I'm cautious, in motorsport I am even more. Unless I'm playing for a championship, I prefer not to risk it. You have to remind that you're on a heap of metal, plastic and rubber, expensive, traveling over 200, sometimes even 300 kilometers an hour. And caution has often saved my life. Like that time with the new bike, I don't know if you remember, that inaudible sound that I heard. Many people wouldn't even noticed or would have kept racing. Instead, I stopped. I wasn't sure. In the end, oil on the tire. There are riders who have lost their lives because of failure like that. And here, my dear friends, comes the big dilemma. Those were just practice. It was easy to stop. But when it happens in a race, what do you do? That's a big mess. It's better to be cautious and throw away a race when maybe you had nothing, or it's better to keep pushing and take your chances. Unfortunately, you can't know it. You just have to listen to your instincts. And if you've gotten to know me, I am the calculating driver, the one who, if something is wrong, lifts his foot. Like in Pergusa with the midgets, where I preferred to lift, give up a second place and finish race P4 to save the car.
Finisco la gara ultimo. Ragazzi, è una roulette.
And in the end, the damage was so minor that I could have kept pushing. So I thrown away points. Well, after the race, everyone is good. And that was a classic example of 85%. However, today, you're about to see a rare example of 15%. One of those days where mental wanking saved me. It saved the race, it saved the car, and maybe even the championship. But let's go in order. Lotus Cup Vallelunga round 5 out of 7. After the first round in Mugello, it was looking like a fighting championship with Coppetti, given the battle in race 1 and the fact that we won or race each other. But after the second race in Varano, in which I scored a double, winning by a big margin, so many people thought there was no history, that I would have won easily. Well, they were wrong, because in Magione I was flying, pole position, despite the crash in qualifying. But then, I messed up at the start and everybody passed me. I catch up, but some people didn't see the safety car sign and passed me back. In the end, I closed P2. In race 2, however, a breakdown prevents me from making a comeback and I close P3. Coppetti doesn't want to, and everything is reopened. But we are forgetting Abati, the 2023 championship, who was flying in Varano before breaking the engine. And so when we get to Misano, the music changes. Wildcard, Giubergia asphalts everyone in race 1, while Abati destroys everyone in race 2. And again I finish P2. Easy victories no longer exist, and the standings are this. Abati wants to recover points, while Coppetti doesn't want to give up. It's all still wide open, because the last race in Misano will give double points. And this race also will give more points than usual. It's a special race, points multiplied by 1.5 throughout the weekend. No mistakes allowed.
Andata?
Allora, prove libere 1 o rotto i freni, cioè rotti i freni, vibrano i freni.
Ah, ok.
Però ho girato bene, 1,47 e mezzo.
7 e mezzo. Ok.
E prove libere 2 ho bucato.
Dove? Lo sai?
Ma probabilmente ho fatto i cimini troppo forte all'inizio, la gomma si è snervata e poi il primo tornantino dopo rettilineo spellonato.
Ah, li fai troppo forte a gomma fredda, dici?
Sì.
Ah, cazzo.
Stefano mi ha detto secondo lui è così.
Allora ci presterò attenzione.
Bisogna stare attenti perché comunque tiene, sembra che tenga ma la gomma è ancora fredda.
This is a strange day because on Friday they organize extra paid sessions for people who want to test. And guess what? I didn't do them. But many people like Abadi did. You know, the very little budget that I had, I invested in Formula 4 in order to use it for that. So here, with the Lotuses, we only do the official practice. If you remember, Giuberge Misano told me he was braking with the right foot, so I want to try it. And using the left to downshift with the clutch. Actually, the gears going very smoothly. Let's try now. Right foot braking, downshift with the clutch. I mean, that's good, that's good. The thing is that I feel slow. I mean, I can be fast, okay, because if he does it, I can do it as well, but it would take too much time to get used to it, so I don't think I'm gonna try it now. There is no point in learning it now, in this weekend.
Posso spingere adesso coi freni?
Cosa?
Posso pestare forte adesso coi freni?
Sì, vai.
Ok.
Okay guys, so there is no point in learning the technique here, so pem, left foot braking, downshift, I blip with the right foot, and that's what I did my whole life. I'm happy with that, I'm confident with that, so let's take the measurements with this. No! I passed the rev limiter in downshifting. No way, now there is the red alarm on the dashboard, which tells me that I messed up the downshift. I can't believe it. Using the clutch completely messed up my reference. I just hope I didn't break the engine. Come on.
Dicono tutti che le temperature sono piuttosto alte. Siamo intorno ai 105 gradi, abbastanza la norma.
No, the engine temperatures are skyrocketing. Oh, come on, please just tell me I didn't break anything with that bad downshift, and I also feel some bad smell. Dang, I need to stop.
C'ho la temperatura alle stelle, è schizzata su, sento puzza e bruciato.
Sì, anch'io.
Spaccato qualcosa. C'è puzza e bruciato. Faccio un giro per vedere piano se si raffredda?
Prova a fare un giro piano. Hai fatto qualche scia per caso?
No, ho solo fatto un piccolo fuorigiro in scalata.
Ok.
Ma secondo me è stato 7,5, non è stato
Allora
una
fai
roba.
così, fammi due giri bassi e se vedi che non si abbassa esci.
The dashboard looks like a Christmas tree. Is red blinking everywhere now. I just hope the temperatures go down. No way. They're going up. I wanna stop. I need to stop. I just hope it is not the water pump or something like that. I don't know what it is. I just want to save the engine. Yeah.
È fermo?
Mi sa di sì.
Cosa non buona. Speriamo nulla di grave.
Ho fatto 100 metri salita di 6 gradi, quindi ho subito spento.
Ah, hai spento te?
Sì.
Folto, okay.
Secondo me può essere la pompa dell'acqua.
Guarda che tutti sono abbastanza alti di temperatura.
No, ma era...
Ma quanto?
È arrivata a 112.
Abbiamo un piccolo problema.
Boh, speriamo sia piccolo.
Maybe it was nothing serious. Maybe it was just the monstrous heat. Yes, because it's 36 degrees Celsius today. Or maybe I saved the car. Well, with the mages here in Vallelunga in FP1, if you remember, just because I felt a slight burning smell, I stopped the car and in the end saved the engine. We don't know yet. The only thing we know is that not only I did not do the extra session, but I also missed half of FP1. That's just not good.
Scoperto cos'ha?
Allora, sì, abbiamo visto che dopo il fuorigiri che hai fatto, quindi hai fatto un 7, 8 e 30, è aumentata di quei 6-8 gradi di temperatura. Quindi testiamo domani mattina a prove libere.
Che testiamo?
Giri bassi, mi scagli a 6, 8 e valutiamo la temperatura.
Ma se non andava adesso non va neanche domani a temperatura.
Valutiamola. Mari ha preso una scaldata, adesso magari si riprende.
We didn't break. Luckily. I hope.
Just as well, in free practice the rule is always one and only one. If you have dubs, stop. Okay, but in the race, you can't imagine what is going to happen in race 1. But it's not time to talk about that yet. First, I have to get confidence with the track.
Per adesso tutto a posto.
Senti la puzza che sentivi ieri, che c'è ancora?
Sì, un pochino. Treni.
Grazie.
Naska 146.904, Abati 146.987. So close. Mamma mia. Abati doesn't give up. The good news, however, Coppetti is further back. But that's just free practice. Now, heading to qualifying, the music will change. New tire, and it's time to play the tricks up the sleeve. .46.0. I pulled down a second. I took the measurements, that's very good. So let's go back to the pit and let's see how the other drivers did.
Mi fai vedere i tempi?
Allora, avevi fatto un primo e poi ti ha sorpassato subito Abati.
Di quanto?
Un secondo, è arrivato a 45,4, tu 46 netto.
Che cane?
Sì, ha abbassato anche lui un secondo dalle prove che ha fatto.
Allora prova a fare un altro giro, vedere
vai.
se ce l'ho.
Holy cow, 46.4? That's insane. I have absolutely no idea how to get it out. don't have that time. That's just insane. I don't know how he did it. So let's save tire for the Super Pole.
Tra quanto è la Super Pole che vedo che abbatti giù? Cioè ruota bene in frenata e inserimento. Ok. Quando però poi vado sul gas, smette di ruotare e il posteriore mi spinge l'anteriore.
Ok.
Quindi
ma non vai di sopra.
No.
Non ti va di sopra.
No, succede che proprio io. Sai che se. Abati is flying today. But that was with new tire, you know. You maybe take the extra grip that you have. Now both our tires are used, so we have one lap, Super Pole, who knows?
Super Pole, jump on board with me with the Lotus Elise Cup in Vallelunga. We are on the straight, which actually is not a real straight because look at this. We have this left turn, which we do flat out, and now get ready for the upshift after the uphill. And look at this, Curvone, the fastest corner of the championship. We do it flat out at 230 kilometers an hour. And now we get here for one of the hardest braking, Cimini, downshift to gear, yellow flag. Look at, oh, Copetti spawned. He's on the right on the grass. I can't believe it. He messed up his only chance. And so that means he will start P4. Good. Let's just focus on my lap. Now we get to the other hard braking of the track. For the Campagnano corner, we brake right at the curb. Look at this, downshift, 3 gears. We do a V shape, and then as soon as possible, we put the throttle flat out. Look at this, the grip we have in the rear is insane. I'm flat out with 90 degrees steer, and that's just insane. Now look at this, one of the hardest braking of the track again. Sorate corner, don't go wide because those bumps will kill your car. And now the slowest part of the track, we get to the semaphore. We should brake early because we have negative banking. Many people miss the apex and go wide and you crash right into the wall. Very easy to mess up the weekend in just one corner. And look at this, the slowest corner of the championship. Tornantino. I tried to do it in first gear, but it's better to do it in second gear, flat out. And now look at this, the chicane, blind entry. You don't see how the turner is, so have to be careful if there's an incident in the race. And now look at this, flat out in the exit, and get ready for the Roma corner, the final corner. Look at how much steering angle we have, flat out with the steer. The rear is just stuck on the ground. I'm so curious to see what was the lap time? 46.5. That was slower than the Q1. Damn. 46.5. Mamma mia, what a tire collapse. The heat is insane. The tire is cooking. Did a body drop as well? Well, apparently not, because he took the pole position, and I am P2.
Ma le 6.4?
6.4?
6.59?
55.9, sì.
45.9. Adesso è quelli di... Bravo!
Okay, he had a drop too, but he just lost half a second though. Exactly like me, but he's still faster than me. That's just monstrous, Abati. Monstrous.
Vallelunga a me piace molto.
Sì, eh?
Sì.
Anche a me.
È proprio adatta a me.
Sì? La tua pista proprio?
Sì.
What you just saw is the process behind all my victories. What I've done in every single day of my life. You wanna do something but you can't? Step 1. Ask those who succeed how they do it. Step 2. Once you figure it out, study and do it. Now, I studied and it's time for race 1. And...
Guys, what can I say? Abati is fast. I mean, it's not just fast, he's flying. But it's okay, he's not my opponent in the championship. He's 100 points behind. So, my opponent is Copetti. Copetti is 23 points behind.
The goal is just to start ahead of Copetti. To finish ahead of Copetti. But if I can win, who knows? I may be as calculating as you like, but that vein that goes straight to the brain, I have it too. And when it closes, you just forget about the championship and you start pushing. Okay, so as long as I have fresh mind, let's race it. Abati starts on pole. I start P2. Abati's going faster today, but by exactly how much? More importantly, are we sure he was not simply better and taking advantage of the new tire they just put? And maybe it will go equally fast in the race, and we will be able to play for it. I could really try to win this race. But by now, you probably guessed that this is going to be a very strange race. A race where I made a choice that no driver with hope for victory will ever make. And yet... by now you already know it, I don't know how to start with these cars. I tried everything, I just can't make a good start, so let's see how it goes. The clutch always slips and I don't know why. Look at this, Copetti passed me on the left and Romani on the right. Come on, I can't lose two positions like this, but look at this, now I'll do the Curvone flat out in the outside. Romani didn't have enough confidence to do it, so I regain one position. Now, Naska Copetti, I must overtake him as soon as possible. Now, we get here to the Cimini, flat out in the exit. Look at that, I managed to have a better exit compared to my rival in the championship, and now I go for the inside line. I pull 70 to 100 revs to try and gain much speed as possible. Look at this, heartbreaking in the inside. Come on. Alright, we fixed it in 4 corners. Now, let's try to answer the question. Is Abati really faster than me? Or in the race pace we can compete? There is only one way to find it out. I'm gonna push like an animal, qualifying laps, and let's see if I can catch up with it.
Sembra essere molto veloce Alberto Naska, che effettivamente ha recuperato la risposta di Abati, 46,5 contro il 46,6 di Alberto Naska. Naska c'è, tornato sotto nei confronti di Abati, giro record per Alberto Naska che suona la carica, 46,3.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got him. I pushed like crazy and I finally closed the gap, and now I want to see if I can manage to overtake him. But the thing is that I don't feel good. Look at this corner. I am flat out and the rear doesn't want to move, the car doesn't rotate. Look at this is even worse. More than 90 degrees of steer, flat out, and the car just doesn't rotate. The rear is just stuck on the ground and I don't feel good about that. I swear, trust me, from the video you can't see it, but you can't really understand how fast we're driving. We are pushing the car to a limit that I never felt before. And I don't really know what to do. And the thing is that I'm having a bad feeling. I don't know, guys, I don't know. The car is not telling me something good. I mean, there is grip, but there is too much grip. Look at this. Maybe. I don't know. The thing is that now Abati is going even faster, so if I want to catch him, I should push even more than what I'm doing. And I don't feel like the car is going to hold for 20 minutes long. There is just too much grip on the rear.
Mamma mia, Naska sembra qui molto attaccato.
Sì, in alcune parti della pista sembra essere davvero in grado di poter sferrare l'attacco nei confronti di Abati.
46 to Naska 45.7 Abati. That was just insane. There is no way I can pull a 46. I don't know what to do, guys. I mean, there is no point in risking. Look at the rear mirror. There is nobody there. And look at this corner. Look at this. Look at the banking. And look at this. More than 90 degrees of steer. Flat out. And the car stays there. And the car is stuck to the ground. The grip that this Lotus Cup have is something unimaginable. And the thing is that today here in Vallelunga, it's maybe too much. Do you remember that in free practice, I wanted to free a little bit the rear to make the car rotate a little bit more? Well, the thing is that there was no regulation that could fix that. Not only, considering the high temperatures, we're also running with low pressures on the rear. So, in the high banking corner, I feel the rear tire that it's close to break, that wants to slip out of the wheel. I just don't know what to do.
Altro passaggio sul traguardo per quanto riguarda
45.7.
incredibile, toglie mediamente 3-4 decimi ogni giro. Massimo Abati 45.7, il primo pilota a scendere sotto il muro del minuto e 46.
I don't know, guys, I don't know. I'm really pushing like an animal. Now, Abati, which saw me coming, started to push even more. And I don't like the way the rear left is behaving. I really don't like the feeling.
Quasi l'impressione Naska o da un lato di voler gestire maggiormente le gomme in questa fase oppure di non averne oltre questo limite, perché Abati evidentemente si era tenuto qualcosa in tasca.
Abati is pushing like crazy and I keep having this bad feeling. And so I'm doing it for real. I'm slowing down. I just feel that the rear left with this pace for 20 minutes will not hold on, will not resist. We were destroying it. And considering the gap that I have from P3, I prefer to lift. You are crazy. But what kind of driver stops pushing for fear of breaking something? You never saw a great champion, a winner, lift his foot because he felt that maybe the car wouldn't hold up. Well, I just want to quote you a piece from a great champion. That champion one day in an interview said, "To win a championship, you need more than anything a very clear mind. To understand exactly when is the moment to be aggressive and when is the moment to be calculative. When is the moment to give everything you have, when is the moment to hold everything you have for another opportunity." That's the difference between winning and losing. This was said by Ayrton Senna. Of course, those were other times where mechanical failure often cost drivers their lives. And ironically, a mechanical failure was precisely what took the great Ayrton away from us. Today, reliability and safety are much greater. Yet, today, I feel something is wrong. My mind is clear, and it's clearly telling me to lift my foot and keep the second place. And that is exactly what I do. I lift my foot and I settle for this second place. So, I'm not pushing, I'm just bringing the car home, and I can see nobody on the rear, and I can see a car down there which is slowing down. What is it? That's a body! I can't believe it! I have no words, guys. I have no words. I could feel it. I feel it. Holy cow, that something was wrong. We're putting too much stress on the rear end. 61 degrees of asphalt, low pressures, curves with monstrous banking. The rubber was sticking to the ground. You can't make it 20 minutes like that. And that was my brain kept telling me. And in the end, it was right. Unbelievable. Abati's tire suddenly gave out and punctured. Pressure too low? Did it hit a debris, a curb? I don't know. But today, dear friends, you were able to witness that rare 15% where mental wanking becomes reality. He deserved the win, Abati. But motorsports is like that. You have to calculate when it's time to push and when it's time to quit. And unfortunately, you're not always in a position to calculate. Just look at Abu Dhabi Formula 1 2021. Hamilton was leading and he had no choice. He must have stayed out. Max, on the other hand, could decide what to do in peace because he was P2. The same thing happened today for Abati. He unfortunately was in the worst position of all, P1. And what do? You lift your foot and let the second pass? Ha! On the other hand, I was comfortable where I was. I had a margin of everyone in the race and in the championship. And lifting my foot, it was an easy choice for me, which in the end rewarded me. Motorsports, but also life, sometimes are brutal. They put you in a situation where you have no choice. This was not a deserved victory for Speed. I was lucky. But I also had a pinch of merit to take the right choice. Those more than 130 races behind me with more than 10 different cars gave me the experience to feel that the tire in these extreme conditions would struggle too much. And in the end, I chose not to take the risk. And I won. I'm so sorry for Abati, but also for Coppetti, who retired because of a technical problem. That was a huge gift for my championship standings. 4th win of the season out of 9 races. And now we think about race 2. Race 2 will be tomorrow, in between the 2 Formula 4 races. It's going to be hard, and I'm about to start P7.